I now want to show you the setup for how to put on the Antro brace. For the Antro brace, this again is for people that have an anterior posture, that had increased pelvic tilt, much like a spondylolisthesis type patient. This patient usually will have retracted shoulders, and so we want to put them in a position where we're going to round out the shoulders and put them into a posterior translation. And so to do this, we're going to first open up the chest belt, the Velcro belt. Then next, we're going to open up the ratchet. By doing that, we simply pull the first spring up, open the unit to 180 degrees. That'll disengage the second spring right there, and you should be able to just pull that belt right out. We're then going to take the unit, make sure this section here is pushed all the way forward, just like I did, and then we want to lay the unit onto the floor, and we're going to ask the patient to step into the unit so their feet are right into the center. With the strap being, the ratchet strap should be behind their feet, the roll should be in front of their feet. And then as we lift the unit up, their arms are going to stay outside of the unit. We're simply going to bring it straight up. Once we get it up here, we'll ask her to go ahead and hold that right there for us. First thing we're going to do, since we want to round out the shoulders, we're going to bring the strap. We're going to bring it across the upper chest. I'm going to bring it behind the other upright. We're going to keep it above the little collars that's built into it right there. We're going to try to keep it above those collars, and we want to tighten that as high up onto her chest as we can, just like that. Now, I'm going to have her let go of the brace itself, and I'm going to ask her to hold that strap for me because I want her to keep it up high. I want to keep it up as high as she can like that as we tighten the lower strap. This roll should hit right on her ASISs or right above them, not below them, because by being right on the ASIS or just above it, we'll be able to get a nice extension of the whole pelvic girdle. So now, I'm going to come around to this side. This strap, I'll have her turn a little bit for us. This strap is going to be located right at the base of her glutes, right on the posterior hip joint area. And we're going to tighten that. I keep my hand behind the ratchet so I do not ratchet her clothing or her skin into the ratchet. And I simply am going to tighten. And I want to tighten this until I get the front of the frame back to her pelvis. Now this portion here should really be sitting pretty much on her hip joint, or just around the area of her hip joint. And in this case, we're probably just a little too low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen that strap. This is adjustable. So I'm going to push that button in, and I'm going to try to raise this up one notch so that it's just a little shorter for us. Like that. I'm going to shorten that up. The button's only on one side, so you don't have to worry about the other side. So now we got that on our ASISs. We got this closer to her hip joint. That's a little better. So now I'm going to come back. We're going to again tighten. And as I said, I want to tighten it pretty firmly. I want to tighten it till this comes all the way back to her pelvis, right there in the front. Then, once that's back, now there's tension across that roll, we can simply push that backward just like that, and that'll help us to take her pelvis and push it actually into extension. We're going to push them back. We want to make sure this strap is staying nice and high on her chest as we're doing that. Also, you can, if it gets difficult, you can pull outward on this bolt and be able to push back a little further, just like that. And now, if you notice, we've got a little gap between here and her, so we can tighten this ratchet just a little bit to get a little more tension in there, and that's good and strong. So now, we have her arms on the front, so we get a nice rounding of the shoulders. We've got the pelvis in extension. At this point, I would have her walk either up and down a hallway on a treadmill to help stretch out the deep hip flexors, because they will shorten up with this posture. So by putting her pelvis into extension and having her walk, she will help to stretch out those contracted hip flexors and help teach her nervous system from a proprioceptive level to a new posture.